Senator of Vermont Bernie Sanders is running for president once again. After his loss in the 2016 elections, Sanders' political stance as an independent has changed. Sanders has relaunched his campaign for the 2020 presidential elections, entering the race as a top competitor for the Democratic Party. We were aware. Were you? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so I actually found out today. My professor brought it up, and I think it's awesome, honestly. I feel the burns, so nothing but good stuff. I do think that he is a little bit, it's hard to validate what he's saying, but what he is saying is good, especially compared to the president now.
I am aware, and I'm not really sure how to feel about it because I know a lot of my friends have a very split view on him, but I personally, I like him, but I don't know if he should run for president.
I wasn't aware. I've kind of been following up on who's been running the Democrats, who's going to challenge Trump. I don't really care that much. I'm not a big Bernie guy. I don't really agree with socialism, but hey, it's all right if he wants to run, I guess.
If Sanders were to be elected, he'd be the oldest president in U.S. history. Do you think this will affect his campaign for presidency?
No, I don't think it would affect his campaign or presidency because Trump was the most not qualified president, so I don't think age is a factor at this point.
I do, actually. I think that's going to be a topic of conversation consistently. I think it's really important because you don't want somebody who is healthy going into it and you don't know his daily habits.
I'm sure some people will bring it up, but I think we should judge him on his merits and his personal energy.
Bernie has been a strong advocate for free college education. What are your opinions on this?
If that's the case, voting president, you need to help a brother out.
I completely support it. It's horrible that students now are trying to better themselves and try to get a better education, but end up with a large amount of student loans when they get out and have to struggle with that through their 30s.
Free college sounds nice, but I don't know how I feel about paying for other people's colleges and taxes. I mean, I'd love to have free college. I just don't know if it's realistic, but yeah.
Obviously, I would want free college, but that's not the most reasonable thing to do right now. Maybe lowering the cost. That's a better option.
Bernie Sanders identifies as a Democratic socialist, yet he's running solely as a Democrat for the 2020 election. Do you think this will affect his campaign?
I do think it will affect his campaign. I feel for a lot of the younger people who identify as socialists, they're going to probably label him as trying to fit in too much. They're going to want somebody who kind of fits with what they're standing for and not mold. But I also think molding will help him reach the older crowd, as in my parents or my grandparents who honestly consider socialist communism.
Yeah, because he's leaning towards more of a democratic side instead of a socialist. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to get what he gets.
I think it'll affect his campaign in a good way because older people who think he's a little bit too radical, they'll be like, okay, he's a Democrat, he has more maybe conservative views a little bit.
And with over 20 potential Democrats running in the 2020 election, do you think Bernie Sanders even stands a chance?
No, not really. Just because I think 2016 was his time to get out there and do it, and it didn't work then. I don't think it's gonna work now.
I want to say he does stand a chance, but this past elections has showed me that you can't really predict, so I honestly don't know what to say to that.
I think he does because I think Bernie's kind of a household name now. He's pretty popular. I know that a lot of millennials were supporting him in 2016, and I think that a lot of millennials have been called out to vote more in this election. So I think Bernie stands a chance in the Democrats.